terminal, okay, end, okay, exit, okay. See, the minute I'm accessing again my console connection, it asked me for the password. It was by default insecured without any password, so my password was Cisco. I've printed Cisco. That will enables me to go and use the router configuration mode. Okay, fine. Now I told you something about the telnet. Who can remind me what was the telnet? What's the concept of telnetting a device? Remote connection to the device. Each router by default has 5 telnet ports. Okay, the telnet it's not as a physical port where you connect to. It's a logical port. We have 5 ports that can be used for telnetting other devices. It's always advisable to protect your 5 virtual telnet ports with a password. Okay, so the way to do it is through issuing the command line VTY 0 to 4, which means the first telnet port, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth one. Okay, and I issue the password. Okay, the password command. Okay, and after that, the same like as we did over there. Okay, we log in order to enable the checking process. So I can do this easily by going to global configuration mode. Okay, by going to line VTY 0. Okay, let me use question mark. Okay, it tells me over here I have 16 telnet ports. Okay, now about the telnet thing and the number of port, don't be overwhelmed with this concept, since we are going to study it in details in CCNA2, okay, or CCNA3 and CCNA4. Okay, so gonna be 0 for, okay, password, let's say class log, okay, login. Okay, here you go. We have created a password on the telnet sessions. Okay, type, we're fine, we're happy so far, everything is okay. Now if I exit or end, now moving, exit, now coming, establishing a console session. Okay, I need a password which was Cisco. Okay, enable. Now I don't have any protection to come to the global configuration mode. I need to protect my global configuration mode. If the person will know the console connection password, will not be able at least to go to the global configuration mode, and that could be done easily in 2 ways. Okay, the first way is by issuing the following command from the global configuration mode: conf ter. Fine, you can issue the command enable, okay, password, okay, and you choose a password. Okay, let's say that the password is Cisco123. Fine. Okay, now if I exit, oh, okay, this is going to cause problem. Okay, it will translate it for a while, but for the time meanwhile, let me explain the difference between this one and this one. Okay, now by issuing the command enable password, Okay, and whatever you write over here, let me annotate it. Whatever you write over here, this is going to be saved as a password on the configuration file of the router, and this password is gonna be saved as a clear text, which means if you issue the command that will show you the configuration of your router, you'll be able to read this password, unfortunately. Okay, but if you use the following command instead, enable secret instead of enabling password, let me annotate it with red. If you use instead of enable password, enable secret, okay, everything you write over here, it's gonna be encrypted and gonna be saved on your configuration file. So even if you view your configuration or someone views your configuration file, even that person is not going to be able to read the password. Okay, so either you choose to configure it using enable password or enable secret. Fine. Okay, now let us try this over here. We will go to exit. Okay, let me access. I have enabled the first one, which was enable password, and was Cisco 123. So over here I'm just using the password for the console, which was Cisco. Okay, enable. Now it's gonna ask me for the password, which is the Cisco 123 for accessing the router global for the router privilege mode. Okay, so the password is gonna be Cisco 123. Now let me show you what do I mean with viewing the text of the password by issuing the show running config. Okay, over here it shows me the running configuration, okay, of my okay. Dr. Hussein is trying to say something. Yeah, okay, we can't hear you, Dr. Hussein. Yeah, we can hear you now, but if you can move the microphone closer, because your voice is not quite clear. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, please don't confuse between the password that we are trying to configure over here for connecting to your privilege mode and the telnet session mode. Okay, now over here what we're trying to do by setting the password is just like you set the password for accessing your Windows, and the other password is setting the password for accessing your Hotmail. Now what you said is true. Telnet session sends the information over clear text. It doesn't encrypt those information and simply sends them. Okay, so if you are seeking a secure connection, you don't use the telnet session at all, but you protect the access to the telnet session with a password. Okay, but right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a password. Fine. See over here, because I chose in all my configuration enable password, I can see the passwords I've enabled on my router, which is impractical thing. okay, and it's a security risk. It's telling you no service password encryption. That's mean enable okay, end or exit